Hello, welcome to Level Up and Thrive with Felecia Etienne, the place to be for leaders, entrepreneurs, business owners, professional, coaches, consultants, folks that believe in owning their power and living a limitless life. Today's episode was brought to you by FeliciaEtienne.com. If you have not taken our free assessment, identifying the habits that's preventing you from winning at work and in business, go ahead and take that assessment. It's in the description box. Today's episode, we're going to be focusing on control the controllables. If you've been watching the news, if you've been talking to your friends, your colleagues, you're probably hearing a lot of anxiety in the air, a lot of uncertainty. Numbers are starting to go up. COVID-19 numbers are starting to go up in the U.S. across the states. Schools that were on remote schedules or hybrid schedules are starting to go fully remote. We're starting to do a regression back to how it was back in March. I don't know where you're watching this video from. I'm in New York, so around that March, April time frame, we went to one of the hardest times for us, and now we're starting to go back into that vicinity. So anxieties are high. So I thought it was a very timely time to talk about what are some of the things we can put into place to control some of the controllables. So the first one I wanted to talk to you about today is be present. Be where your feet is. Be where your feet is. Breathe. Let your thoughts flow. So let's unpack this for a second. A lot of time when we're feeling anxious and we're feeling uncertain, we start to go into a place where we're visualizing worst case scenario. We're thinking about things that's not within our scope of control. Things that we can't impact, we can't shift. And we're creating a vision for ourselves. What do we mean by that? So when you think about the virus, there's things you can do within a zone of control. One of the things you can do is, maybe if you believe in this, and I'm a firm believer, you can wear a mask. That's something within your control. You can wash your hands. That's within your control. But you can't control if someone is asymptomatic and you happen to get into contact with them unknown, and to them and to yourself. That's out of your control. But you can control the things you can do. The other thing is be present. Be present to what is the reality for you right now. Not the vision you have in your head as to what that looks like, but what is true right now. What is present for you in this day and age? What is your reality? Identify that reality. And then from that reality, you want to take a deep breath and you want to think about what is the thoughts that's flowing for you. And then once you have those thoughts, then we go into number 2. You have the thoughts. You want to capture your thoughts. My recommendation to you is start journaling some of those thoughts out. Start journaling and thinking about what are the stories you're telling yourself. And as you identify what those stories that you're telling yourself and you're thinking about from a reality perspective, you'll be able to identify and you'll be able to start to go to step 3, which is to evaluate it and start to check the facts. What's true? What's within your control? And as you're doing this, my recommendation, and I tell my clients this all the time, there's power in writing it down. There is power in taking a pen, a paper, and just physically writing this down. Doesn't need to be a fancy journal. It could just be a plain old black and white notebook. It could be a paper out of your printer. If you're someone that wants to be you can take your iPad and you can go and you can use the Apple pen and you can start writing it down, but you need to take the physical action of writing it down. Evaluate it, identify what is the reality, and then from that reality, see what is true. And if it's true, and it's something that you can't control, then you need to be able to work through that and say, how do you mitigate that, right? What are some actions you can take to start moving past it or start reevaluating it? So as you're thinking about this, in the comments, I would love to know what are some of the steps, actions you're going to take. I want to know what are some of the things you have identified for yourself that you can do to control the controllables. As I always say, if this video add value to you and you saw, and I pray that I was able to serve you with one or two things in this video, take the time to hit the like button, take the time to subscribe, and take the time to share this out to your friends, to your family. All right? Let's help each other win. Let's help each other to level up. Let's help each other to get through this. And know that the power is within us. And we do have the power to live a limitless life. But it starts with first controlling the controllables. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And let me know in the comments if this added value to you. Let me know in the comments what the things that you're planning to take your ownership of and own your power and just continue to work and grow your business, work and grow your career, whatever it is, whatever obstacle is coming your way, know you have the power to shift. You have the power to control your thoughts. And if you ever feel like things are just totally out of there, just take a deep breath. Put your foot down and be present. And be present in the current reality. And know that you are going to be okay. And all you need to do is take a breath and identify the next step. It doesn't need to be a big step. It could just be one small action you can take. That small step that's going to be able to move you past the biggest hurdle, the fear that's holding you back. Once you get those, then you take a next step. Then the momentum is going to build, and before you know it, you'll be on the other side. This is Felecia Etienne. Continue to level up and strive in your life, and take care of yourself.